They're all on Amazon. Yeah, go in there and watch it. You don't need to play your free thing. James got it. And I guess this is the day of a brand new victimhood.
What do you want?
I don't know. What do you want?
I don't know. What do you want?
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. It's okay.
Are all three of them? That was so funny. That's what I showed Michelle last night. She doesn't even have any super text. She was not hilarious. I just think that so much better. You should watch it. Dude, it's Twitter way back. Please don't.
Because the trends on Twitter. It's all good.
I wasn't ready.
Six figures?
Yeah, I know.
Revolution. Identities that are bad. You change your identity. That's what's happening.
Yeah, she was on
She lived through the culture. She was
I'm so late. Hello.
I'm so happy you're here.
We're so happy you're
Likewise.
here.
No, I'm happy you're here. Yeah.
What'd you say?
We're happy you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's no place I'd rather be. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
You're like, no. All right, well, just have a little talk then. I'm going to let you in on a little secret about my own insecurities. Every time I go anywhere, a voice in my head says, this is going to be the day that nobody shows up.
Aww. We love you, Vic. We love you.
I'm not kidding. I'm giving you a little, and I'm sure, if we were all honest, lots of insecure people in the room. Am I right?
Yep.
Right? Lots of people that kind of feel, what's life gonna, what's happening, my life. And uncertainty, insecurity, fears of kind of being worthless and nobody would know if I disappeared, kind of thing. And feeling insignificant and not relevant. And that drives people to do some pretty crazy, foolish things. But I want you guys to know that I do not in any way, shape, or form take for granted, not for one split second, do I take for granted that you guys appreciate my work and that you guys came out to see me. It means more to me than you will ever know. And the fact that there are a handful of people that always try to cause trouble, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is there's so many more good people. Thousands. For every one kind of a troll, hater, mean person, there are thousands of good, solid people. But those people, those handful of people, they just make so much damn noise that you think there are more of them.
Right.
You know, there's a Bible story about that, right? You're like, oh no, we're doing church. Did you know there's a Bible story about that? Hallelujah. No, I'm going to tell you a Bible story because it's perfect example. Don't get scared. Like he's like, I can't believe it. I thought we were going to talk about anime and he's going to the Bible. I hate this guy. No, but it's a good story, okay? And it illustrates my point. There was a guy named Gideon. And God came to Gideon and he said, I want you to put together an army and I want you to go after this enemy. And Gideon's like, oh, I can only get I got all these people together, like 10,000 people. And God's like, no, I want you to give them a test and I want you to kind of whittle down the number of people. And Gideon's like, really? Because I need all these guys. If we're going to beat those guys, we need more guys. But he did what God told him to do. So he gave him a test. And they whittled it down to like 5,000. And Gideon's like, well, okay, now we only have 5,000, but I did what you said. So you know what God said next? Another test. And Gideon's like, wait a minute, no, I need these guys. So they gave him another test and whittled him down to 300 people. And Gideon's like, there's no way, right? I'm going to win this battle with 300 guys. There are like 100,000 of the enemy. Well, you know what they did? They gave them lanterns and like clay pitchers, like ceramic pitchers, and horns. And they surrounded the enemy, and on the cue, they all like lit up their lanterns and blew their horns. And apparently, in that warfare, in that period, like one lantern was for like 100 people or something. So they saw these lanterns and horns, and they completely, the enemy was completely overwhelmed because they thought there were hundreds of thousands of people surrounding them. And so my point is, just a few people can sure make a lot of noise. You know what I mean? And make you think that there are really a lot more than there are. But I want to encourage you guys, don't give in to the negativity. Can we make a promise to each other? Can we make a deal to each other that in our lives, in our circles of friends and influence, no matter how big or small that circle is, you have the power to make people's lives better or worse. Let's make them better. There are plenty of influences in the world that makes people's lives worse. So let's be part of the solution. Can we do that?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I totally jumped into the deep end as soon as I walked in. So sorry, I was so excited. I want to read something to you along the same lines. Somebody in the back's like, now he's going to read the Bible. No, I'm not, I promise. No. This is a quote from Chris Rock. We know, right? Don't send that to Chris Rock. He'll be like, look, Vic just pretended to slap you. No, don't. I didn't. That was a visual aid. That was just a demonstration for those of you like, Chris Rock? Oh. Chris Rock wrote this the other day, and I want to read it to you because I want you to listen closely. This is so important. I've been saying this for quite a long time, but it's much better when Chris Rock says it. Everyone's a victim these days. I didn't write this. Chris Rock. Everyone's a victim these days. There are real victims in the world. And they deserve to be heard, and they deserve our love and compassion. But everyone claims to be a victim, and then no one hears the real victims. Now here's the part I want you to remember. Take this home with you. Ready? We say the world is addicted to opioids. No. The world is not addicted to opioids. The world is addicted to attention. Not me. Chris Rock. The number one addiction in the world is attention. One of the easiest ways to get attention is to be infamous. Like, try to stab Dave Chappelle on stage. Or you can be a victim. Can I encourage you guys to do something? If you want to be noticed, if you want to be acknowledged and revered and appreciated, let it be for something good. Wouldn't that be better? Let it be because you worked hard to create something beautiful, or you were kind to people, or you developed skills to a level that made people really appreciate your abilities. Here's the problem. That takes work. It's much easier to tear down, isn't it? So much easier to tear down than to actually put the work in to build something or create something. Now, we are a small group in the big picture, right? There are probably, I don't know, it's a great group. Probably 300 people in here. And of course, there are millions of people in the world, billions. But don't ever think for 1 minute that you guys can't make a difference where you are. If you buy into the idea that you can't make a difference, that your voice doesn't matter, that you can't do anything about that, that's exactly what the evil, hateful people of the world want you to think. Is you might as well just shut up because nobody's going to listen to you. You don't have any influence. You're nobody special, but you are. Every single one of you are precious, unique creations. And I hope we can all go home this weekend and determine, me first. I'm not like talking at you. I'm talking with you, and I'm talking to myself. If you get attention, let it be for something good. Not because you ruined somebody. That's really not something to be proud of, quite honestly. And there's an old saying, putting your light out doesn't make mine shine any brighter. Am I getting too heavy? Are you guys like, let's leave, this guy is really... Okay, now we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about anything you want. Listen, I had an idea. Next weekend at this time, I'm gonna be doing a signing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't think Tulsa, Oklahoma even knows where Bakersfield is. So I thought it would be fun to do a video of all you wonderful people saying hello to Tulsa. What do you think? Is that fun? I think that would be fun. Yes. So I'm gonna do a little video, okay? I'm gonna say, hey Tulsa, I have a little message for you from all these wonderful people in Cali, and I'm gonna spin around, and I want everybody to go, hi Tulsa, okay? Can we do it?
Yes.
All right. Hello Tulsa, Oklahoma. I have a very special message for you. from all of the good people of California.
Hi, Tulsa!
We love you! I can't wait to see you guys next weekend. We're out here in Bakersfield having a wonderful time with some of these beautiful people here, and can't wait to see you next week. Okay, that was fun. I'm gonna get home and it didn't record. That's what's gonna happen. Is that what happened to you?
Yes.
You're like this moment in time you'll never get again. You're like shooting a video and you get home and you're like, oh no. It didn't record. You guys, I want to tell you, a lot of people at the autograph session this morning have been asking me, are you working on anything? Are you doing anything besides binging Ozark and Better Call Saul and Supernatural? Y'all, I'm kind of in love with Supernatural. I bought a Dean Winchester jacket. Did you see my Supernatural cosplay? Nerd alert! Yeah, I bought his little necklace and everything, and I love it. But a lot of people have asked me what I'm doing. Well, since COVID hit, and a lot of stuff got shut down, obviously, I've been doing audiobooks. And I've been having the best time. I always thought they would be boring. Honestly, in my own defense, it's because other voice actors told me they were boring. I had so many voice actor friends who are like, if anyone ever asks you to do an audiobook, run. Don't do it, because they take a lot of time and a lot of effort, and just very time intensive for the amount that you can be paid for it. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, got it. Don't do audiobooks. I got it. Well, then COVID happened, and some authors approached me and said, would you do this audiobook that I wrote? And I thought, well, I have a little studio set up in my own. Why not? I'll try it. And it was fun, y'all. You get to play all these characters. It was really fun. I get up in the morning, throw my robe on, my Star Trek robe, and have a cup of coffee, and just go and record this book, a chapter a day. Boom, boom, boom. So now I've done 4 or 5 books now. They're all on Audible. So if you, if any of you guys are audiobook fans, I know I am, check them out. One's called The Crimson Spark. It's an amazing book. Another one is In Plain Sight. Another one is called These Are the Voyages. Yes, it's about Star Trek. You're like, church, Star Trek, what is he talking about? And then the 4th one is about to come out called Paper Doll. And it's an amazing historical drama set in World War II. So you guys check those out. That's something I've been doing. I've also been directing and doing some secret animation work. And a lot of people are like, are you going to be doing any voice acting ever again? Yes, is the short answer. Thank you for that. I was really expecting you to go, oh no. Let's go. But you know what? I love what I do. Maybe a little too much, I have loved what I've done in the voice acting industry for 20-some years. It's been the greatest privilege. I never planned on it. I never expected it. I never imagined that it would ever become what it became. And even in light of the difficulties and the challenges, I am so blessed to be a part of it and to know you and to see you guys. It's my favorite thing. Like I said, I get on a plane to go somewhere and there's a little voice in my head that goes, nobody's gonna come. Nobody cares. They're not gonna show up. And so I'm always regularly humbled and grateful to see your smiling faces. If I ask you to take your mask off, it's not because I want you to get sick, it's because I want to see your smile and say hello to you. So there are things coming out that will be announced soon. I hope you'll keep an eye on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, thank you. If you don't, I don't blame you, because Twitter is garbage. Unnecessary garbage. But But I will be making announcements about projects that are going to be released very soon. And I'm very excited about them, and I think you'll love them a lot. So keep your eyes open for that. And I'm also sorry that it's so hot in here. I asked one of the staff if there was air conditioning, and he said, I think so. That's not a good answer. That pretty much means there probably isn't, right? If there were, you would know it, right? The fact that you're not sure, pretty much. So I'm so sorry that it's a little warm. So I'm doing a lot of different things right now, and I'm very, 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 very grateful to be here. And I'm more grateful that you're here. So I want to open it up to any questions anybody has about anything. I'm an open book. Vic gets to start us.
So maybe can you tell us a scenario? What would happen if Captain Kirk versus Brawley? What would happen?
What would happen if Captain Kirk versus Brawley? Captain Kirk would die in about 4 seconds. Captain Kirk can't hold a Broly. Broly destroys planets. Captain Kirk would be like, Spot, beat me up now. Get me out of here. Question? Who's got a question? Ask about anime, ask about Star Trek. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm here because I have this keychain.
I love that keychain. It's life size.
So
Nobody got that. Come here, come on here. Come here. Now I'm gonna embarrass him. He's like, dang it, he's asking me. See his keychain? Look, turn around. Look. Aww. 1-to-1 scale. What's your question?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember me 3 years ago.
Were you wearing that blue wig 3 years ago?
Yes. It was a green wig. So I have.
Well, see, it was green.
Yeah. So
Throwing me a curveball.
Yeah, I have like a question and a request.
Okay.
So the question is, so I've seen the Broly movie, the 2019 one that came out 3 years ago, and I've seen like it's so, wow.
Yeah, amazing. Wow. Yeah, that movie was great.
So my question is, like, there's like a lot of yelling in the.
No. You mean in Dragon Ball?
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a
Dragon Ball is a very quiet, pensive, thoughtful, contemplative anime, don't you think?
I have to say it. So my question is, how long does the screaming last? Because usually they last.
Too long.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the question, right?
Yeah.
And what's the request? Bro, the request better not be, will you yell and scream? Here we are talking about how horrible yelling and screaming. Hey, will you do it? What's your request?
So the request is, can you say it's over 9,000 as Tamaki?
I can. Should I, though, is the question. Come here, Kamala. Your beauty is over 9,000. Oh my gosh. Yes, Dragon Ball is all yelling. All the time. You know what? When they told me about the movie in 2019. So in the summer of 2018, they said, "Hey, there's a new Broly movie." I'm like, oh, "Really? Awesome! I've been wanting Broly to come back for a long time." And then they even said, "Oh, you're really gonna love it because there's some more backstory. There's more development and exposition to his background." And I'm like, "Yes," because I really loved that. And all of those scenes with him, when he actually talked, oh my gosh, about Ba's ear wrapped around his waist, and I loved what they, that background that they gave him. It made him more real, it made him more relatable, you know? He wasn't just a murdering monster, you know? And so when I went in to record, they said, okay, you have 26 speaking lines and 500 fighting sounds. 520 to be exact. And I was like, just thinking about it makes me want to drink water. So what's funny is that the first day, we took a week to record my part of that movie. And the first day I went in there, we started with the dialogue, right? Because obviously you don't want to scream bloody murder and then try to talk. So we recorded all the lines first. Well, I typically record about 45 or 50 lines an hour. So if you do the math, we had the dialogue done in about half an hour. And then we spent the rest of the week yelling and screaming. And I kept wanting to do the lines over again, you know, because I loved actually talking as Broly. In fact, one of the things was, when we did the original Broly years ago, I did it as low as I could go, like I pushed my voice as low as I could. And then they pitched it even lower. But when we started the Super movie, they said, okay, so the good news is, this is a new Broly. This is Toriyama's Broly. This is not the original. So you don't have to make him sound that low and mean and guttural, and it's kind of rough on the voice. So I was able to do this with Broly. Ba was my friend. I loved that so much. I'm like, this is the best day ever. I dreamed of being Broly and not yelling. And it's happening. And then the yelling started. Question? In the back, yes sir. Yes.
I wanted to know about your experience in that bad film that you did for Silent Hill.
Oh my gosh, thank you for mentioning that. Are you a Silent Hill fan? Oh, dude, did you enjoy it? Oh my gosh, okay, so he's asking about live action Silent Hill fan film that I did. I'd never seen Silent Hill, but I was told that I resemble a character from the video game named James Sunderland. And so this guy contacted me, he goes, I want to make a live action, and I want you to be James Sunderland. I'm like, great, who's James Sunderland? And so we went out to Phoenix and we shot that thing, and it was so much fun. I loved it. Thank you so much for even mentioning it. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yes? Yes, sir. Where's your hat? There he is. Straw hat. Yes, sir.
If Disney were to approach you in voice acting work, would you take it?
If Disney were to approach me for voice acting work, would I take it? Yes, I would, and no, they won't. I think I can safely say that the sun rose this morning and Disney will never contact me. Hey, it's a reality, you know? You just gotta, you do what you can do, right? I love what I do, and I love voice acting. I love acting. I've got some live action films coming out as well. So if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, please do, even though, like I said before, but I'll be announcing when they'll be released. But I started out with regular acting, you know, on-camera acting and stage acting and musicals, and voice acting just kind of happened 20-some years ago. But I would love to do more of that kind of work. I'd love to do something for Disney or Pixar. Oh my gosh, I love what they do. I doubt I'll ever get the chance, but I would love to. I love what I do. I'm so grateful. And you know what, I'm sure there's such a thing as healthy ambition. You know what I mean? Like, to be driven, to have a goal and go for it. And I have great respect for that. Anytime I meet a fan who says, do you remember 2 years ago when I told you I was going to write a book? Well, I did, and here it is. And I'm like, dang. God bless you, and I'm so proud of you because as we all know, you can talk all day long, but to actually do something, put the work in to actually do something is a whole different level of commitment, right? So, ambition is good, but I want you guys to know something. There is nothing in my life that I'm like, man, if I could just do this. I am so grateful for everything that I've already gotten to do. I feel like it's almost wrong for me to expect anything else because I've been blessed more than I ever deserved. Does that make sense? So it feels weird to want more or to ask for more. So if an opportunity came, I would love it. Absolutely, is the short answer to the question. But I don't know that it will happen, but if it does, I would be very, very grateful. Yes, sir?
What's your favorite, because I know you've been on the internet a few times, what's your favorite Broly meme?
My favorite Broly meme?
Yeah.
Meme. I thought you were going to ask for a quote. I haven't seen a lot of memes. Can you tell me a good Broly meme? Oh, there's a lot of them. What's your favorite?
Most of them are just like the ones where he's pointing himself.
Really?
I don't know.
So not even any words, it's just he's just pointing at himself?
Mostly asking for someone.
He doesn't say much. I mean, to be fair,
It's mostly all about his.
he's not a great orator, clearly. I'm gonna have to look him up. I don't even know a lot of Broly memes.
What about the characters you voice?
I don't see a lot of memes. Now that you mention that, my life has no meaning. I just realized what a great disappointment. I don't know any good all my memes I ever see are like Star Trek memes. But I'm gonna start looking for more anime memes, I promise. Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi.
Your skin looks so great.
What?
Your skin looks really great.
No, no. How do I take care of my skin? Well, first I get sheep blood. I don't. I take soap and I put it on a washcloth and they go like that. And I get under the shower like that and let it rinse off. And then I put moisturizer on it.
What moisturizer?
Any moisturizer. You guys, I'm so lame. Can you put these guys in the back like, church, Star Trek, moisturizer? What kind of convention is this? What is this panel? She asked. I'm just going with it. Honestly, I'm so lame, you guys. If I go to a hotel, I stock up on whatever moisturizer. You know the little tubes? I'll just like, and I'll go out like the housekeeper, you know, that does housekeeping with the cart. She'll be out in the hallway, right? And I'll be like, hey, what's that down there? Nothing. I thought I saw something. I mean, I have like 10 different types of moisturizer, all of those little things. Because whatever, I'll use whatever. Anything. I can't believe that. Yes, that's a great question. Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
What's your favorite line as Rohan Kashibe?
Oh my gosh, I love Rohan. Do you have a favorite line? I remember saying Heaven's Door 800 times. Heaven's Door! But he said so many funny ass clown kind of things, you know? He's kind of a jerk, right? I mean, but a cool one. Like, I love how he treats Josuke. Sorry, I do. But, yes.
What's the voice of Haruhi really like from Orion?
The voice of Haruhi really like?
Yeah, what does she really like? Like, what's her attitude when she voice acts?
You mean the voice actress who does Haruhi?
Yeah.
Well, that's Caitlin Glass. And Caitlin is like one of my favorite people in the world. She is one of the greatest voice actresses I've ever worked with. And she's an amazing director. She directed Oran. And she loves Oran, and you can tell. You know what I mean? You can tell when somebody's kind of dialing in a job, they're not really into it, but you can tell when people really care about what they're doing. It's not even something, it's intangible, you know? It's like, I don't know what it is, but this person really seems like they're loving this. They really seem like they care about this. And Caitlin's one of those people that does. She is a great voice actress. And I just love her to death. Yes?
I actually have two questions.
Okay.
My first question is, in your opinion, why do you think Edward Elric hates milk so much?
I have no idea. What is wrong with it? Milk is awesome. I love milk.
By itself?
You know, milk stunts your growth. I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't. Anyone's like, you know, drink your milk, Ed. I'm like, I will. Because I love milk. Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you for all your contributions to the anime industry.
Thank you. Thank you. I never imagined, you guys, in a million years, that I would ever have the opportunity to do what I've had the chance to do over the last 20 years. And obviously, you know, we all know that there have been some changes and difficulties over the last few years, but I'm going to tell you something. I want to look right in your eyes as best I can. I want to meet everybody's eyes here and tell you, you will never know how much I appreciate you. You will never know how much it means to me that there are so many good people in the world who've been so kind and so supportive. For 20 years, I've gotten emails from fans that say, you helped me through a difficult time, or you encouraged me, either with an email that I wrote them, or a character that I played, and they've been telling me for years what a positive difference I have made in their lives. Well, listen up, you guys. The roles are now reversed. You have made a very positive difference in my life. You may never have imagined you'd ever have that power, you know? If I would have told somebody 10 years ago, you know what I mean? I could never have seen what happened coming, ever in a million years. Completely blindsided. But if you'd have told people 10 years ago that, you know, Vic's really going to be down and you guys are going to have the power to encourage him and uplift him, you wouldn't have believed it probably. But here we are. Fact is stranger than fiction sometimes. You can't write this stuff. Yes, my dear. My favorite Crow Bronwyn line?
Well, every line is a good line when you're Crow Bronwyn. Especially if it involves vodka.
Do you have a favorite line?
If I was on Ireland's team, I'd kill myself.
That's my favorite too! Is that really? I just said that. Is he in here? Where is he? Where's my crow man? There he is, #1 crow. Everybody stand up, bro. Look at this guy. This guy is killing it as Crow, man. I love it.
If I was one of your men, I'd kill myself.
I love it. I love it. Yes, ma'am.
If you had to choose, who would be your favorite Sanrio character? So like Hello Kitty, My Melody, Cinnamon Roll. No wrong answers.
No wrong answers? Why do I feel like every answer is wrong? Anything I say. I don't, you know what? I played some characters in Hello Kitty a long time ago. It was, what was it called? Hello Kitty Animation Theater. And it was like storybook stories, right? Only it was with the Hello Kitty characters. And I played several characters in that, and that was really fun. Only because, like, it's Hello Kitty. I just thought of the worst. I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize for what I'm about to say. Don't say it, Vic. Don't say it.
Say it.
Okay. Back when we were recording the Hello Kitty Animation Theater, I was at a convention like this, and I was walking around the dealer's room just looking to see if there were any cool things, you know, fun swag. I mean, I'm a big nerd too. I love all this stuff, and so I always look to see if there are any cool things in the vendor's room. And there was a display with all these magnets, like fridge magnets. And there was one, and it was a drawing of a bathtub, and there was a cat's head sticking out of the bathtub. So cute, right? And then at the other end of the bathtub, there was a hand holding a toaster. And the caption said, "Goodbye, kitty." Now half the people in the room like, now I hate Vic Mignogna. I used to like him. Hey, I didn't make the magnet. I'm just telling you that I saw it, and it was. Yes, I bought it. Yes, I put it on my refrigerator. It's not there anymore, okay? It's not there anymore. I have grown up since then. I've learned my lesson. Yes, sir. You know what? You guys are so close. We'll do both of you. Yes, you first.
How many times have you been called a pipsqueak?
Oh no. Oh no.
What do you say? Well, lots. I mean, I'm not a pipsqueak. I know one who is, but I'm not. Lots, yeah. And it's so funny, you go to events and people are like, "Hey, pipsqueak!" And you know what they're doing, right? They're trying to get you to go, "Oh, you're calling a pipsqueak!" But I'm not gonna do it. They're like, "Hey, pipsqueak!" I'm like, I know what you're trying to do. It's not gonna work. Yes?
I got a question and a request.
Okay.
So, do you know anything about what's going on with Ruby in any sense?
Not a clue.
Okay.
I can't even spell Ruby. No, that was just a joke. It's R-W-B-Y. But no, I really don't know. I don't know. And that makes me sad because I loved Crow. In fact, thank you. I love you. And you know what, you guys? I'll tell you a little secret that a lot of people don't know. When Rooster Teeth contacted me, I did an event with some of the girls, Lindsay and I'm not even going to try to name them all, but the main actresses. We did a convention, and they called me. One of the people that worked on Ruby called me and said, "Hey, we want you to play this character that we're going to introduce. We haven't introduced him yet. We just have some character sketches, but he's Ruby's uncle, Crow, and we want you to play it." I'm like, "Cool, okay." Now, one of the fun things you guys may not know is that Ruby is prelay. Prelay means you record the voices first, so you don't have to match mouth flaps. And let me tell you, from a voice actor standpoint, that is the dream. Like, it is so much easier to just perform the line than to have to match the mouth flaps. So I was really excited to do it, and they sent me some drawings, and they said, "What do you think he should sound like?" And I sent them a couple of different voice ideas. They hadn't even animated the thing yet. They just kind of sent me some drawings. They chose the voice that I sent them that you've heard now as Crow. And he was not supposed to be a very big character. He was supposed to be an incidental character, but he was so well received when he started being introduced into the series, and people really liked him, that they started writing him into the stories more. And it was so much fun. I never even went to Rooster Teeth. They would send me the scripts, and I would record the lines in my house, and I would do like 3 versions of every line. So they would have some options, right? Because if the script you're looking at says, "What are you doing here?" Well, there are a lot of ways you could say that, right? I could be happy to see you. "What are you doing here?" Right? Or I could be kind of ticked. "What are you doing here?" Or you could have just walked in the door 50 feet away. "What are you doing here?" Right? There are plenty of ways to do a line of just a few words. And without any context, I don't know. So I would send them several versions of every line, and they would choose the one they liked. I'm really sad not to really know much about what's going on with that anymore. I hope it's good. I mean, I hope people are still enjoying it, but I'm afraid I don't know much about it. Yes?
Are you okay with the way Vampire Knight ended?
You guys, make sure and go see Mela and Ezra.
I love Ezra.
Right?
Yes.
I love Ezra too, and Mela. I hugged I think I broke their lungs. I think I broke their rib cages when they showed up because it's been so long since I've seen them. And especially, it's been so long and I was so excited to see them. But the only time we were ever, the three of us together, was when Vampire Knight premiered and they had us all at San Diego Comic-Con signing together. And that's the only time we were ever together. And so I did a lot of stuff with Ezra. You guys, I know there are a lot of Ladybug fans in the room. Ezra directs Ladybug. I mean, he's awesome. Mela, amazing voice actors. Please make sure and go and see them. Tomorrow, we've got a Vampire Night panel. The three of us. Kaname, Yuki, and Zero together again. So, what? You will be here or won't be here?
We will.
Okay, good. I was about to lose it. I thought you said we won't be here. Okay, good. That's tomorrow afternoon. But am I glad with the way it ended? No. I'm not really happy with any anime endings. Well, except for Fullmetal. I like that ending, Brotherhood. But I think it's mostly because they don't usually have an ending. Doesn't that make you crazy? Like when you're really invested in this show and you love these characters, and then it's over. But I'm going to tell you something that a gentleman from an anime company in Japan told me once. I was at a convention, I'm pretty sure it was Otakon in Baltimore, years ago. And I was talking to this man who, he is in the industry in Japan. And we were talking about the fact that a lot of anime series just kind of stop. There's no real resolution. And he said something through a translator, by the way, that I thought was so amazing and so profound. You ready? He said, for us, it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. When we write stories, it's more about the journey of the characters, not necessarily about the ending. So it's not as important that we wrap it all up in a little bow and everything is resolved, the end, right? It's much more about the story and the challenges and the highs and the lows and the heartbreaks and the joys that the characters go through. Yes?
I have a question. Did you do voice acting for Fairy Tale or?
I did voice act in Fairy Tale. I did. In fact, I have a Fairy Tale picture of my character. His name is Margear. He was this pretty creepy guy who was he sat in this throne and he had this book, END of END. Yeah, he was pretty cool. I like him. Yes.
What anime, in your opinion, do you think is overrated?
What anime, in my opinion, is overrated? Somebody's trying to get me assassinated here. You don't really think I'm going to answer that, do you?
No.
No, you know what? Wait a minute, I'm really interested in what you're saying. What did somebody say? I heard some things. Everyone's like, dang, you heard that. You know what? What?
You're so nervous you're drinking water.
No, I drink water all the time. Yeah, hydrate, right? I'm really bad. You're supposed to drink lots of water. I don't drink any water. You're supposed to drink this much. I drink that much. I don't know. Who asked that question? What do you think is what anime do you think is overrated? Don't say Fullmetal Alchemist, I swear. Just kidding. Now you're gonna be assassinated. See how I did that? See how I just totally shifted it? He is carrying a katana, so FYI. But you know what? I don't have an answer to that, really. And honestly, because I would never want to be dismissive or negative about anything, because you know what? Some people like those. Everybody likes something. You know what I mean? Like, I've played characters in shows, I'm like, this is really dumb. And then somebody will come up to it in a convention and go, I love that character, you did such and so. And in my mind I'm going, huh. You just never know. You know? So, and you know, here I go again, I'm gonna get serious again. We are living in a culture, and I don't know when this happened. Some of the older people in the room, moms and dads, people my age, we remember a time when you could genuinely have a conversation with somebody you disagreed with, and you could still go and have dinner, see a movie, get along, like them. What happened? I'm not kidding you. I'm really angry. What? What happened? Why all of a sudden do you have to agree with everything I think, or you must be destroyed? You think I'm kidding? It's not. It's funny because it's true.
The Star Trek philosophy still applies to us.
You would think, but nobody lives by that anymore.
I know.
What happened? What happened? Thank you. Twitter certainly did not help. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I would guarantee you that if we started talking about a myriad of different issues, we would all have different opinions about it, but I love you guys. And there's nothing you could say to make me want to destroy you. What's wrong with people? What happened to people that they... You know, I remember a time, several years ago, someone in the anime industry wanted to put together a record album to raise money for a certain cause, and the title of the album was Voices for Tolerance. And they wanted me, and they had several voice actors sing songs, cover songs. And they asked me, do you want to sing a song? And I'm like, well, what song did you have in mind? And they threw a couple ideas out, and I thought, well, you know what? I write songs. What if I wrote something? So I wrote something. I wrote a song, and some of you are familiar with some of my music, and some of you aren't. But I wrote a song called Could Be an Angel. And it's based on a Bible passage that says, be kind to strangers. Because some people have entertained angels and didn't even realize it. Point being, you could be an angel. Right? So be kind to people. You never know who you're meeting and talking to. Voices for Tolerance. What the hell happened to that concept? Some of the very people that were behind that project are some of the most intolerant people I've ever seen. Think about that. What happened? You know, I'm going to tell you what happened. You know what happened? The things that they felt people were intolerant of, because it's what they liked and what they wanted, suddenly they were accepted. People were tolerant of the differences, but they were intolerant of anyone who didn't agree with them. Wait a minute, I thought you wanted tolerance. See what I'm saying? Where'd it go? Oh, I get it. You want tolerance toward you. You want people to let you believe what you believe. You want people to let you have your opinion about things, but you're intolerant of anyone else who doesn't believe what you believe or doesn't have your position or your opinion. That's garbage, you guys. It's pure filth garbage. And please don't give in to that, please. Please. Love people, accept people. Okay? Is there anybody here who wants to be slandered and ruined and destroyed because somebody doesn't agree with you? Is there anybody here? Raise your hand. If you're fine with being destroyed and ruined, are you fine with that? You're fine with being ruined and destroyed because somebody doesn't agree with you? I don't think so. I think that you're being fun, but We can all agree, right? Nobody wants that. Well, then don't do it to someone else.
It's that simple.
Isn't that simple?
Very.
Yes, sir. Oh, gonna get assassinated again. You know what? I love the new Broly. I love that they gave him more, like I said, that they gave him more story. You understood him better. You know, somebody compared him, and very rightly so, the new Broly. Somebody compared him to Frankenstein's monster. Think about it. Frankenstein didn't realize why he was so bad. He didn't understand why he was even doing what he was doing. He was manipulated, right? Broly's dad, right? Had that collar around his neck, you know?
Poor Broly.
Yeah, I felt bad for, you literally feel bad for Broly. Because he doesn't even realize why he's doing what he's doing. He doesn't know any different.
He looks sad.
And I loved that about him. I love it.
Broly was
Yes.
passed away.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh. All of them.
What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite was the last one. Honestly, my favorite episode of Brotherhood was the last one because of the resolution. I'll never forget it. It seems like it was, I can't even believe how long ago it was. It seems like yesterday. I was in the studio and turning the pages of the script, right, going through the final episode. And of course I knew it was the last episode, so there's already a bit of, sadness. And then suddenly I went, whew, last page. I mean, crap, and I started getting really emotional about it. And then I looked up at the screen, and the engineer had gone to that section of the episode, so I could see what was happening visually. And I saw Ed and Winry standing at the train. And I looked through the window and I said, "Is this what I think it is?" And the director was like, and that final scene, I loved so much. I'll do it for you if you want. I haven't done it in a long time, so if it doesn't sound right, I apologize. But close your eyes for me. I always ask people to close their eyes because I don't want you to see some old guy up here talking like this. I want you to see Ed's face. I want you to imagine Ed standing at the train with Winry. And then he gets on the train and he's looking out the window as he's leaving and he says, "There's no such thing as equivalent exchange. It doesn't exist. Sacrifices are necessary. You can't gain anything without sacrificing something first. But if you can endure that pain and rise above it, you'll find you have a heart strong enough to overcome any obstacle. Yeah, a heart made full metal." The end. I love that. That was my favorite. I had tons of favorite episodes from the original Fullmetal, but that was one of my favorites. How are we doing on time? Ah! I got to get back to my table. One last question. Yes, sir. As he's leaving, he's like.
There are a lot of standalone Fullmetal Alchemist novels coming out. Given the opportunity, would you voice act in other books?
Absolutely. I would. Oh my goodness, that would be very cool.
Behold my beautiful autistic alchemy.
I could do everybody.
Can you do Natsu?
do Andy Panaco.
Can you do Natsu?
No. You guys, I love you. I don't say that lightly. I thank God every day for you, and you have made this weekend so beautiful. And don't ever forget that. Okay? Okay? Promise me. When you go home this weekend, I want you to remember me looking you in the face and saying this. Okay? How much I love and appreciate that you were here and that we shared this time together. Okay? I'm heading right back to my table and I'm not leaving until I meet all of you. So I love you guys. Take care.